at the top of the road, and the reason why the whole area is known as Penny Lane to the people of the city is because in the old days you'd take a tram, a streetcar, or you'd take a bus, and it would terminate at one of the many bus stops in and around the area, but on the destination was always Penny Lane, regardless of which street you dropped off at. So colloquially the whole area is known as Penny Lane. Now to the right here is St Barnabas Church, which is the family church of the McCartneys. Interestingly, the mum and the boys were Catholic and the dad was Protestant, but they went to this Protestant church because it was the one that they could always get to easily, because they moved around a lot because the mother was a midwife, a community midwife, so they're constantly on the move, and they thought, well, if you keep your dad's church, we can always go there. So they could always get a bus or a streetcar here. But in the end, Paul McCartney claims that he sang in the choir here. And what's interesting is that the church itself says we've got no record, and no one's got a recollection of him ever singing in the choir here. So maybe he never did make a choir boy in Liverpool at all, but who knows? He certainly didn't make it at the cathedral. Now the things that are mentioned in the song are in front of it, well, most of them are in front of us. You've got the bank on the corner, there's one over there to the right. You've got the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, which is looking a bit sad. The good news is the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, which used to be this stop at the front for trams or streetcars and at the back for buses. It was all open at the front for people to wait under shelter, so it was a shelter in the middle of the roundabout. That was a restaurant for many years. The guy who runs it wants to make it bigger. He's just got the okay to do that, so it's going to be fixed up and improved, which is great news.
Sergeant Pepper's.
Yeah, it was a big eyesore. On your left was a bank on the corner, but it's now a clinic, and where the little mini car's heading off, but the motorcyclist is parked.
Barbershop.
The barbershop, yeah, and it's the original barbershop from the song, and it was an Italian guy called Bioletti, Victor Bioletti, and he ran this. And if you look at on YouTube at the video of Penny Lane, you'll see the name Bioletti above the window. And of course, most hairdressers in the old days were Italian guys, and Bioletti comes across as a real, good egg, because a lot of the old guys that you talk to, they'll tell you that he had loads of comics, and you were next for your haircut, but if an adult came in, then you had to wait for him, but you didn't mind because he always gave you sweets and he always had comics to read. And if you fidgeted too